We knew heading into this that he was planning to make these remarks. We are prepared for his pre-fundraiser remarks tonight to again be essentially a Trump campaign speech. Because of that, we do not intend to carry these remarks live. As we have said before in these circumstances, there is a cost to us as a news organization to knowingly broadcast untrue things. We are here to bring you the news. It hurts our ability to do that if we live broadcast what we fully expect in advance to be a litany of lies and false accusations, no matter who says them. And I do not say this with any glee. I hope it is clear that this is not a glib decision.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So it's rare that I get to loop in two of my very, very favorite car wrecks to watch into the same video, but we're lucky today. And we've got MSNBC's lead propagandist and the ladies of The View explaining to the rest of us lowly peasants, the crisis that is possible, the threat that is really truly looming, as they reveal to their poor mushy-brained victims that if the election were held today, Donald Trump would again be the president of the United States. And honestly, guys, they are determined, this group especially, they are determined to save us from exercising our own civic duty and daring to vote for the guy. They're digging, honestly, as deep as they possibly can. They're going all out to discredit and basically distill everything the man does, everything the man says for their poor captive viewers, which is what they are. Take a look at things that Trump has said that have caused literally Joy Reid to have a complete and total meltdown.
Republican rhetoric remains authoritarian and violent because that is what their leader does.
Well, General Milley, what he did is really treasonous. If you look at what he said to China, he's either stupid or it's treason. But what he said to China should never be allowed. That can never be allowed in our country. We will take on the ultra-left-wing liars, losers, creeps, perverts, and freaks who are devouring the future of this state like a swarm of locusts. We've never seen anything like what's happening in Washington, and I think we have to take it over. We have to take over management of our capital. Nobody has ever seen anything like we're witnessing right now. It is a very sad thing for our country. It's poisoning the blood of our country. It's so bad, and people are coming in with disease.
Poisoning the blood of our country. No Republicans have taken any meaningful steps to criticize their dear leader or demand that he rein in this dangerous garbage. Those who do, like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger or Mitt Romney, are immediately and quickly rejected by the party that they belong to far longer than Donald Trump did.
Yeah, so there you have it, man. I mean, can you guys imagine being a dim-witted MSNBC viewer and watching that and thinking to yourself, gee, there's really nothing wrong with what that guy just said. And then Joy Reid jumps right back on your screen to remind you that you're an insurrectionist moron if you didn't just hear those words dripping with the same level of evil as she just told you that they had. I mean, come on, guys. He just talked about taking management of our country over. What kind of fascist monster wants to manage a government on behalf of its own people? This complete and total insanity. And just a reminder, because they never remind their viewers what they're actually talking about. General Milley, what he said about China, he said that if Trump ever was going to attack Chinese interests, he would have called his Chinese counterpart and literally told them to be ready to slaughter American troops because we're coming. I don't care how you slice it, that's treasonous. And just a reminder, all you guys that have actually watched that channel, MSNBC, the things that they've allowed on that channel, I don't even think I can show most of them on YouTube, but they have platformed people literally calling for political violence. They platform people calling for assassinations like it's no big deal. They're the ones with authoritarian leanings. They're the ones that will literally do and say anything they possibly can to affect the outcome of the 2024 election. And honestly, guys, I still don't fully understand why. I don't understand, honestly, how they get away with it so easily. I mean, think about it. At the exact same time that they're saying Trump's saying we need to take over management of our country is dangerous and violent, you have Rashida Tlaib literally proliferating debunked Hamas propaganda that has actually led to American lives and assets being put in harm's way in the Middle East. I mean, when you look at the entire picture, it just doesn't make any sense. And then you have people like Rachel Maddow going on The View and sharing no outrage at all over truly outrageous things like what Tlaib is saying, what a lot of the squad members are saying, what the world is doing, basically coming out against Israel. But she keeps the con going, and about how outrageous, everything that Donald Trump says and does is, even gets to speak. Every time the guy even gets to speak at all, it's just a crime that he even gets to speak. And she's actually creative enough to come up with something fresh that I'm actually surprised they haven't tried before. She says that if Donald Trump wins in 2024, it will be the last election America ever has. Very, very serious stuff. And no one on The View, not even the fake Republicans, they don't bat an eye. They don't question what is an insane conspiracy theory. They don't question it at all. Take a look at this.
Just you mentioned Trump. Is there no one in the party they can find to put up for the next election besides this criminal?
Are you busy? Are you busy?
I wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't do it. I wouldn't wish it on you, I suppose.
All of them are falling in line. They have the same rap, all of them, except for Chris Christie, who then said today he would back Jim Jordan if he were in the Congress.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
I saw him on
He did.
MSNBC this morning, yeah.
I mean, the Republican Party right now has to make a decision, and it's their decision to make. We have party processes for a reason. But ultimately, if you listen to what Trump is saying, you don't just sort of regard him as a spectacle, but you really listen to what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's basically portraying a future for America if he is put back in the White House in which we don't have another election after that.
That's right.
Because the elections are all rigged, that the democratic process can't be trusted, that Congress should just work for him, the Justice Department should just work for him. That's a strongman form of government. That's not what we have.
He'd cancel the news, like the news are done.
He wants to put MSNBC on trial for treason so that he can execute us. I mean, this is...
And he will put Rudy Giuliani on the Supreme Court.
If he makes it that long, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it is... the Republican Party is, if they're going to elevate somebody like that to represent their party in a general election, not only do we have a 50-50 shot of him being back in the White House, any major party nominee has a 50% shot, but the Republican Party will have to reckon with that till the end of time in terms of what they did to this country.
Wow.
What do you even say to that, And, full disclosure, what Trump said, it's not exactly in keeping with our constitutionally protected rights of a free press and a freedom of speech. Trump did say that Comcast should be investigated for their one-sided views and coverage. As much as I really can't stand MSNBC, I'm not sure I agree with that. I'm not sure exactly how that would work. But regardless of if you do or you don't agree with what he said, there's a pretty large gap between that and calling for executions. So that's literally so dumb that I can't believe that she can say it with a straight face. Basically, the man said that their manipulation of people and their manipulation of information is a threat to democracy. And honestly, it's hard to disagree with that. I mean, not sure you can investigate it or really do anything about it. We just have to do a better job of, educating the poor people that fall for that stuff. But, I mean, it's absolutely true. It is dangerous. Come on. They are much of the reason that we have citizens that can't even really tell you what the word Palestinian even means, but they can tell you that the murder of 1,200 innocent people and the kidnapping of about 100 more was just freedom fighters freedom fighting. So this is where we're at, man. Trump trying to run for president is dangerous and must be stopped, and Hamas is just resisting. That is the modern day far leftist, and probably not as far as we'd like to think. But anyway, guys, that's just my take. Let me know yours in the comments. If you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.